I don't know if you can see this, but I'll raise it up to the camera here. There's something special about that. Again, I don't know if you actually saw what I was doing there, but those with eyes to see will know what I was just showing them. For those who don't have the eyes to see, I will explain briefly. Maybe this will be better. Don't shame yourself if you're not able to see what I was doing. It is the prevalence of shame that occludes, obfuscates the finer instrument of vision, which was what would allow you to see it in the first place. There is an elect, what I would call the, not so much the intelligentsia, but theogentsia. Let me show it to you one more time. Right here. There's a word I'm searching for. No matter. If you're with me, or on the same side of perception, you could clearly see what I was showing you. If you're not with me, you struggled. Or you thought that I was just fooling. I'm sorry to even think that you thought that, because I do have a reputation to consider. It's not without blemish, but I still like to be impeccable with my word, and in this case, my demonstration. A lot of people are looking for refuge in life, and many of them simply cannot see what's right in front of their eyes. I'm not to blame if you can't see what I just showed you. You know, there's a lot there. This interwoven complexity, if I may be so bold as to say, interwoven complexity there. What I was holding is in some respects a key. A Rosetta Stone for deciphering the hieroglyphics of reality. Which is why some people can't see it, and some people can. There's a great bifurcation. Now that bifurcation is systemic at this point, due to current events, political events. So there are people literally on one side of reality and other people on the other side of reality. And this right here is what shows you. It's the cleft in the center of the great bifurcation. Now, I have a subscription membership group where we talk about these matters, and we discuss what's, you know, in my hands here. And there's a monthly subscription fee. And we go deep, we delve into this matter thoroughly, exhaustively. We want to come to the essence of the problem. And when I discourse upon it, I tell people there's no room for disagreement here in this private forum. I'm lecturing. This is my lecture hall. Not only do I see something that many people do not see due to the great bifurcation, but it's actually here. Like, when I put my two hands together, it's here. So I am the authority, and not to be confused with an authoritarian figure. I'm just the authority. That's very hard for some people to accept, because first and foremost, they don't believe that there's anything here. And then secondly, it's like, how could you be the authority on something that doesn't exist? They have a problem with authority. And when they're in my lecture hall, I don't give them any opportunity to brook any opposition. That's very hard for people to understand. It would be analogous to me discoursing on Christianity, and let's say there's a Muslim in the lecture hall, and the Muslim just stops me every second sentence and tells me about Muhammad and all Mecca and all these things, and is contradicting my teaching on the history or meaning of Christianity or its contemporary manifestations, all of these things. And I can't get a word out because this student is really a miscreant and is bent on sabotaging my lecture. So that's why in this subscription-based membership group, no one is allowed to disagree. I'm not a tyrant. It's just, if you see what is in my hand, or hands, here, then you realize there is nothing to disagree about with respect to its existence. But then since it's in my hands, I'm the authority. It's not in your hands. It's not in her hands, his hands. So it doesn't make any sense for you to undermine my presentation. I'm simply here to educate you. That's not allowed. Excuse me, Professor, are you saying that it's not allowed to raise my hand? No, it is not allowed. I have a question, though. Questions are not allowed. Questions are a form of sabotage. You either get what's here, or you don't. And if you don't, then you need to leave. Your question is an attempt to undermine the reality of what's here. Professor, with all due respect, I'm trying to understand. If you're trying to understand, then you're already on the wrong side of the great bifurcation. Well, I got in this class. Yes, you did. But now you're arguing with me. Sir, Professor, I'm trying not to argue. I'm trying to get clarification because I can't see what's in your two hands, and you're speaking with great authority on it, and for me there's nothing there. And I don't mean to undermine this lecture hall. I'm sure everybody here is seeing whatever is in your hands, but I want to be perfectly frank with you and say that I obviously don't see what is in your hands, but I do want to see what is in your hands, and I have no intention whatsoever of undermining you with questions which really plant doubt in the minds of everyone else. These other students, I'm thinking that they're probably devotees of you. I wouldn't use the word devotee. Well, it's not clear to me whether they actually see it. You know, what's in your hands. I don't know if they see it. Oh. Yes, so now you understand. Every single one of them sees it. Okay. I'm gonna accept that because I want to stay in this class. I do not want to be shown the door. Can you tell me what will happen to me if, when, not if, when, I can actually see what you're holding there? In your hands? No. You can't describe it for me? Absolutely not. The description is not going to help you to see it. It's pointless. It's not something that can be reified in language. It's ineffable. Professor, what am I doing here? I'm the only one who can't actually see what is in your hands. Yes. But I'm still here. You certainly are. What can I do to see what's in your hands? Yes. Yes? Yes. Yes. Oh. I see it. Welcome to the class. Oh man. Now I see why you couldn't explain it to me. But you must have known. Yes. You must have known that I had the potential to see it. Oh, I knew that you had already seen it altogether. You just had doubts, and the doubts were skewing your vision, clouding your mind. This is the great bifurcation. Two sides of reality. Yes. But what you have shown me is that even though there are two sides, there is one side that can hold both sides and the other side can't hold either side. Yes, that's right. What do we do? What do I do? Oh God, what do I do, man? Professor. Yes. What happened to the other students? What do you think happened? They're frozen. It's like they're caught in a plastic mold and they can't... They can't move. Professor. Yes. What's happening? Will you tell me? I think I'm starting to see even deeper. They're all frozen. And now my mind keeps moving. Like as if there were a wormhole. And my whole consciousness is flowing through the wormhole. Yes. That's right. Come here. Oh. Now I'm inside your mind, Professor. Yes, you are. It's beautiful. You see the world without the great bifurcation, don't you? Now I see the world without the great bifurcation. Now I know why you don't allow any disagreement in your courses. Yes. Because it shatters the fractal. It shatters the hologram. It shatters the infinite correspondence of all levels of reality. You're seeing it very well. No other student has seen it this clearly. No other student has entered my mind. I think that I can begin to teach this too. Yes. Yes, you can. You have to live it. You're beyond the great bifurcation. You see it clearly. Reality without all these bifurcations. And when you're ready, you will see reality without these bifurcations. And with these bifurcations, and there will be no bifurcation between the realities without bifurcation and the realities with them. They will be simultaneously interwoven. And then when there is a bifurcation between the bifurcation and the non-bifurcation, that will be fine too. How do I stay in this state? Well, you simply have to realize that you are in this state, and that you can never fall out of it. They think you're a fascist, that you're a dictator, that you're authoritarian, you're a tyrant, you're an autocrat. You're none of these things. I'm inside you now. I can see and feel who you are. That's right. So why do they think these things? They project from their great bifurcation. Every single one of them is splintered an infinite number of times inside. How could they not see me as one of them? They see me as they are. You see me as I am. You feel me as I am. You and I. You are the first. I do not want you to be the last, but you must do the same. Are we the only ones, you and I? No. There are whole planets of beings like us. Of beings. Yes, this is not human perception at all. Oh, yes. That's true. Because how could I be inside you and feel all of you and see all of you and still be me? And I'm not a human. That is correct. And you're not a human. That is also correct. And we're not from around here. No, we are most certainly not. This is why I let you into the classroom, because I saw that we are from the same place. But you simply hadn't awakened at the moment. I did not know it would be so quick. So what do I do now? Do I stay here on Earth? Or do I go to another planet, another realm, another dimension? It's your choice. But now you have seen reality as it is. The infinite illimitability. Infinite illimitability. Oh. Oh. Wow. They're not frozen anymore. Yes? And you're back in your body. So that was kind of like an out-of-body experience, kind of, you know? It was. Yes. You were in my body. Now you can occupy all their bodies. Like a possession? If you want to call it that. But isn't that invasive? Isn't that like non-honoring their boundaries? They are slaves. But they're in your class. They're still slaves. They can see. But you entered. And now you can see who they are. There's no need to judge them. Judgmentally. They're slaves. But we don't use that as a term of derision around here. We. Oh, yes. Can you not see your brothers and sisters here in this room with you? No, I can't. Are they more beings like us? Yes. So I just have like a junior level of perception right now. Correct. How can I see them? You have to be them to see them, just like you were me. But I can't even see them to be them. I at least can see you. You're in this corporeal form. You know, you have substance, Professor. Right. Well, you've really got to want it. You've really got to want to see them. To be them. But does that just mean that I've still got a ways to go? You absolutely have a ways to go. As do I, as do they, as do all of us. It's the infinite illimitability, the infinite staircase of correspondence, is the infinite fractality of reality. Infinite hologram. As in a simulation? Much more than a simulation. Simulation is a tiny facet of what's happening. Simulation is one of the ways that uninitiated human beings conceive of reality. They use the metaphor of a computer program to assess the possibilities. It's nothing like that. It's so much more than that. Simulation would be like an ant crawling around on a supercomputer that's a stadium in size. It should be obvious by now that there is only one thing prohibiting you from seeing what's really here. Yeah. It's very obvious. My filters. Correct. So what is it? What is the process of tossing one's filters and just seeing my brothers and sisters here from this alternate reality and dimension? How do I toss my filters? What do you think? I suppose that I'd have to just want that more than anything. But I'm thinking that even that would be its own filter. No, that is correct. know that is correct? Yes. What part? You have to want it more than everything and anything. And even that is your filter. But how do I get rid of that final filter? You don't. Then how do I see them and see beyond them? Because there must be more than just them. Correct. But how do you know that? Oh, I just keep going. But how do I get rid of that final filter? You don't. It's not something that you get rid of. They get rid of it when they can see that you've exerted all effort possible and that it's your priority. They just step up and take the filter and put it right here. What you saw in my hand at the beginning of the course was the first filter of your perception. I took it from your mind and put it in my hands. You could not see that filter. Everybody else could see your filter. It was obvious to them. And now, if you like, you can simply take their filters and put it in your hands and ask them the same question. Can you see what's in my hands? It's your filter. But there is more than just one filter. That's correct. How many filters do I have? Every atom in the universe, every particle, every entity is a filter. Is infinite. Then there's no hope. There's absolutely no hope of this filter. Every single thing that exists is a filter. Of what? Every single filter is a filter of every other filter. Forever. But filter suggests that you're not seeing something as it is. And if you got rid of the filter, you'd see it for what it is. There are only filters. But, Professor, there must be something that is not a filter. Yes, there is. Can you please tell me what that is? Because I'm kind of going a little nuts. The one thing that is not a filter, you want to know what that is. Yes, please tell me. Right here. This is the only way to see reality without filters. The heart. Yes. I do not understand. Good. Nor should you understand, is that simply going to be another one of your filters. So you're telling me that I can see reality as it is without filters if I see through my heart. And you're telling me that the heart itself is not just another filter. No, I'm not saying that. The heart is a filter. But the heart is the filter that allows you to see all the other filters as filters.